Children, today we are going to learn the poem Father to Son, written by Elizabeth Jennings. In this poem, the Father to Son, it talks about a personal experience about the father with his son, and it is a fairly universal, we can say, the experience, and there is a conflict between two generations in the same family, or if we can say there is a generation gap that is common in many households. We have seen in many houses that this elder person and the younger one, there is a vast, there is a generation gap between both, and so their thoughts, their ideas also will differ. The poem Father to Son. I do not understand this child, though we have lived together now, in the same house for years. I know nothing of him, so try to build up a relationship from how he was when small, yet I have killed. The seed I spent or sown it where, the land is his and none of mine. We speak like strangers, there is no sign of understanding in the air. This child is built to my design, yet what he loves I cannot share. Now, in this stanza, the father tells that he is not able to understand his child. The father in this poem is like most of the fathers, as you have also visualized that in your house also, that father is a busy person. He is busy earning livelihood for the family, taking care of the family because he is the head of the family. So like other father, the father here in this poem is also very busy, and he has been busy with his work and life, and he has no time to give to his son. In his formative, in his growing years, when the child is growing, the father is so busy that he is not able to give him any time. Initially, he did give some time in the child's infancy, but as the years passed, and though they lived in the same house, they were drifted apart. Though they were living in the same house, they were away from each other. The son has seen a lot of changes mentally and physically, and he has built his own personality. But the father feels him to be a stranger. He knows nothing about his son. He wishes to build a relationship with him just like the one he shared when his son was a little boy. Now the father, he knows nothing about his son. He wishes to build a relationship with him just like the one he shared when his son was a little boy. The father, he sowed a seed in the form of some efforts to design the future of his son. But his son refuses to let him carve his future. Both of them, they think that they think and they act differently. Both of them, father as well as the son, they think and they act in the different manner. Now the next stanza. Silence surrounds us. I would have him prodigal returning to his father's house, the home he knew. Rather than see him make and move his world, I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love. Father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. He speaks, I cannot understand myself. Why anger grows from grief? We each put out an empty hand, longing for something to forgive. Now the father, he feels that he could be responsible for the lack of communication between him and his son. He feels that he is responsible for this gap which has been created between both of them. The son lives in a different world of his own. There seems to be no understanding between both of them. Physically, the son, he resembles his father. He looks like his father. But otherwise, they think and they act very differently. His efforts to change his son have not borne any fruit, all are in vain, all are useless. His son wants his own life without the interference of his father. They don't talk much, so there is a lot of silence between them. Both of them, they are not having any communication with each other, and as a result there is lot of silence between them. The communication gap is very wide, and the father feels that his son is a prodigal who has run away from the type of life he wanted for him, and so he wants him to return to his way of thinking. The son wants his father to return back to his own thinking, and he could have enough time to be with his son. He wants his son to be a part of his life and not be away from it. He is ready to forgive his son for having strayed away from what he wanted him to be. He is unable to accept that his son thinks differently than him. He is ready to start afresh if his son returns to him. So he wants to create a very good relationship with his son if his son is allowing him to do so. But he is not ready to accept the independence of the young man. But he doesn't want his son to live in the way which he is living right now. He doesn't want him to be very independent and take his own decisions. Fathers and sons all over the world, they must understand that they have to continue to share the same land and family. Means they are living in the same house. They have to live in the same house. They have to live with the same family members all together. So it is very necessary that both of them, they understand each other very nicely. They have to learn to live as a family and despite they are having differences and misunderstandings, but they have to be together. In the poem, both know that they are unable to understand each other. They are very sad with the state of affairs. The sadness angers both of them. Each one of them puts out an empty hand, longing for forgiveness and understanding. Both of them want each other to understand each other. Father wants his son to understand him, and son wants his father to understand him and forgive him. But no one is ready to make the first move. No one is ready to make up with these differences. No one is ready to forgive each other. They are not ready to understand each other. No one is ready to take the first move. No one is ready to take the first step and go and tell that he was wrong, and now he is ready to have the clear understanding with each other. Now children, I hope this poem is clear to you. Now I will just try to identify the figure of speech used in this poem. Okay children, the first stanza, I do not understand this child. The figure of speech used in the first line, I do not understand this child. I do not understand. Here we have the negative word, that is not. The negation is used to convey a positive meaning, that the poet is now unaware about the nature of his son. I do not understand. That creates a affirmative form, a positive meaning, that the poet is now unable to understand the nature of his son. So the figure of speech used is litotes. The second one, though we have lived together now in the same house for years. Now we can see here in this line we have the repetition of the same letter, the same sound, that is H. The sound of the consonant H is repeated in these words, in the words like house and have. Okay. Now next one, I know nothing of him, so try to build up a relationship from how he was when small. I know nothing of him. Again here we have litotes, that means the negative word used, nothing, is used to convey a positive meaning that the poet is now unaware about the nature of his son. An alliteration, as the words, the letter H, the consonant H is been repeated in the words like him, how and he. Okay. Then next one. Yet have I killed the seed, I spent or sown it where the land is his and none of mine. Here the words seed, sown and land, they are being compared to the father's efforts that he made to build loving relationship with his son and the son's heart respectively. So here the words seed, sown, land, they are compared to the efforts made by the father. So the figure of speech used is metaphor. Then we have two opposite words, that is his and mine. They are used in the same sentence, showing the two different ideas. So the figure of speech used is antithesis. Then we have a question here. Yet have I killed the seed, I spent or sown it where the land is his and none of mine. So the figure of speech is interrogation. A question is asked, but not for the sake of getting the answer. We speak like strangers. There is no sign of understanding in the air. We speak like strangers. Like. Here like word is used which shows the comparison between the poet compares himself with and his son to the strangers. Both are like stranger to each other. Both are silent and they do not understand each other. They are silent. And so when you don't talk to strangers that much, how you talk to whom you are very close. Okay. So in this line the poet compares himself and his son to a stranger. We means father and the son. So the comparison is made between the poet as well as his son to the strangers by using the word like. So the figure of speech is simile. Again we have a negative word, no. There is no sign of understanding in the air. So the figure of speech used here is litotes. Why? Because the negative word, no sign, it is used to give a positive meaning that there is absence of understanding between both of them. Next one. This child is built to my design, yet what he loves I cannot share. The figure of speech used here is again litotes because the negative word not is used to convey the positive meaning. What is the positive meaning over here? That the poet is unable to share the proper relation with his son who is growing up. In his growing years, he is not able to give proper attention to his son. Next one, silence surrounds us. You have heard the people surrounding you. You have heard the trees. Okay, you have been surrounded by the trees, hills. Okay. Here the silence surrounds you because here the inanimate object silence is given the human quality of surrounding. Okay. So the figure of speech used here is personification. Next, I would have him prodigal, returning to his father's house, the home he knew. Now here the poet, he compares his son to the prodigal son, means a wasteless, of no use. So the poet, he compares his son to the prodigal son and who comes back to his father's house to live as his father wants him to. Otherwise, he doesn't have any connection, he doesn't have any kind of feeling for his father. So the figure of speech used here is metaphor because there is a comparison between the poet's son with the prodigal son. This is a useless son who is of no use, who is not having any kind of feelings, any understanding with his father. Next one, rather than see him make and move his world. Rather than see him make and move his world. Now the whole world here stands for the life of the son. So here the part that is the life of the son is being denoted by the word the whole world. So the part used for the whole. So the figure of speech is synecdoche. I would forgive him too, shaping from sorrow a new love. Here the consonant F is being used in the words like forgive and from. So the figure of speech is alliteration. Father and son, we both must live on the same globe and the same land. Here we have globe and land. Two words which has the same meaning are being used in the same line. So when unnecessary use of words are being expressed, are being used in the same line, the figure of speech is tautology. Repetition of the word same, so the figure of speech is repetition, and alliteration as the consonant S is repeated in son and same, live, L in the words live and land. He speaks, I cannot understand myself. Not understand means he is unable to understand what his son is trying to say. So the figure of speech is litos. Why anger grows from grief. Here the inanimate feeling, anger, is given a human quality of growing. A human grows. Isn't it? A living thing grows. Non-living thing, they doesn't grow. So here the inanimate feeling of anger is given the human quality of growing. So the figure of speech is personification. I hope this figure of speech is clear to you. So here we end with this poem. We will be meeting in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye.